fine.
Nice stroke from long range, and if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
Knocked loose. And here they come.
Number 69.
Spurs trail by 6. And here is Parker. It's Aldridge penetrating. Can't hit from the elbow.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That one on Parker. Well, David Lee with the Golden State Warriors began his career with the New York Knicks. We're talking about him and his play, and it's sometimes hard to get a good compass on what kind of player he is.
Yeah, you know, he was drafted 30th when he came out and certainly played above that draft slot. Then when he re-upped for the 6 years, $80 million, people started to wonder if he was able to play to that value.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He is not pleased with the score and implored them to try to make a push right now, saying, "We don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug." Pretty blunt, Kevin. Back to you.
And the wide open shot from Green. Offensive rebound. Aldridge can't get it to go.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And there's the call. San Antonio the foul.
And getting back to David Lee, before the big contract, he was putting up some huge lines. I mean, he was the first Knick to go 30 and 20 in a game since the great Patrick Ewing. And he became the first NBA player to record at least 35 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists since Kareem back in 1976.
Timeout call.
Well, no way to argue it. Tim Duncan Clark has been a winner his whole career. He's sharp mentally, and he's got the great tenacity on the floor. Only the greats have those qualities.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think media members still underestimate his will to win. You don't do what he's done without a real laser-focused approach.
You know, interesting, guys, to illustrate Duncan and how he just wins. I mean, Spurs went 8-10 in December of 2014. That marked only the 3rd losing month ever for Tim Duncan.
Kelly Olynyk checked in for Zeller. Here's Bradley, and he gets it to go. Bradley's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Here's Duncan, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
They've gotten some good second chances here in the second half, and that kind of extra effort will go a long way into cutting into this deficit.
Bradley, and the rebound goes to Duncan. Duncan's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And that stat you said about Duncan and losing months says a lot about both him and his team. I mean, he has been the leader of this Spurs franchise since day one and deserves all the praise you can give him.
Lee, that's good.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Parker passes to Duncan. Lee against Leonard. The high post shot. And it's Bradley with the rebound. Gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the 4th quarter on a roll. From downtown. Rebounded by the Spurs. Green kicks to Parker. To the paint. To the middle. Here's Lee. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Lee's got 21.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
The three. Again, the miss by Lee.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Clark, they can burn some clock if they want to.
Yeah, and maybe buy a little oxygen while they're doing it.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Manu Ginobili's checked in for San Antonio.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Inside, it's tipped and stolen by Zeller. Bradley dishes to Zeller. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Count that one. Aldridge has got 6 in the quarter.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. No good from Lee. Spurs trail by 7.
Well, the clock has become their worst enemy.
Not a friend anymore. They've got to work quickly from here.
That doesn't go either for Aldridge. Gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the 4th and even 50%. And it's Lee penetrating. Misses from short range.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
And he gets it to go.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Leonard with the steal. That's a 2 from Parker. They get it again. Duncan. Good D by Sullinger.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
And just look at what Aldridge is doing.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
It's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And I don't need to tell you guys, those free throws are big. 2-possession game now.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're losing by 4. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to them.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
San Antonio calls timeout. They trail by 4. There's 14 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, coaches tell them take the easy points in a hurry and then foul as soon as possible.
Yeah, but you don't want to foul blindly, though. I think teams make a mistake when they do that. Go for the steal. See if you can force a mistake, and then see what happens after that.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And Tony Parker drops them both.
And now you're in a great position thanks to those clutch free throws. 1-possession game now.
11 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 3-point lead.
They have a chance to tie it up.
A 3-ball would do just that.
They get it again, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Tell you what, they're going to have to do a better job of boxing this fella out than that.
No one between him and the hoop. You're right, Clark.
Yeah, and you don't want to be giving up guys putback slams. That's not the kind of play that could build confidence.
And so they get the victory here at home. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans loved it.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, David Lee.
Well, his ability to get into the paint, get to the rim was deadly. For a guy who's mainly a perimeter shooter, it was remarkable how many of his points came right at the bucket.
His field goal percentage was excellent, up over 60%. This was a player in total control of his game. He didn't try to do too much. He didn't get reckless, just took what the defense gave him.
And folks, that's it for us.